On this episode of Street Ride Garage, we are at Hot Rod Power Tour Day 5, last and final day at Bristol Motor Speedway. And it is huge. So yeah, it's day 5, the final day of Hot Rod Power Tour 2023, and I am currently on the way to Bristol Speedway for that event. I started off early, and I was going to do the route, and I started on the route, the specified route. About the first 10 miles there was a huge backup in construction, so I attempted to bypass it, and I kind of made a wrong turn and went in the opposite direction, and about 30 minutes later I had to backtrack, so I lost an hour. I started off at about 8 o'clock this morning. I lost an hour there, so we got on the route a little bit, and we got stuck in another very huge backup going past whatever the name of the lakes are up there. So that was a monster backup. So that delayed us again about another hour. And yeah, when we got through that, I stopped and took some, pictures of cars that you probably just saw if I edited it properly. And yeah, I got back in and took off, and I missed a turn again somewhere. The directions are a little difficult. The Hot Rod Power Tour official directions are a little difficult. You can't just plug anything into your GPS and expect it to get you there. There's no they don't tell you what city to head to, or you're turning, they tell you to turn, and the GPS sometimes doesn't recognize, the highway name because it's, split up, and it can be a mess sometimes. But we're on the way, and so far so good. So let's get to Bristol. It's about 2 hours drive. If I stayed on the route from this point, I probably would not get there until everybody was leaving. So let's hurry up and get there. Okay, somebody needs to tell me, what is Bojangles? I mean, apparently we don't have that in the Midwest. I haven't seen it. Is it good? Is this a place I want to stop? I can't right now, but maybe I will. Bojangles, I've seen like a dozen of them already. We might be off of the main route of Power Tour, but we're still up in the hills and on one of the smaller state highways, and it's still very scenic, so without the traffic. Well, we are starting to get hot again, so we are pulling off at Brown Mountain Overlook right there. So yeah, that is quite the grade on these mountains. It is ridiculous. So got the hood popped up open here, and we're just gonna sit for about 15-20 minutes and taking a view. So we got some Hot Rod Power Tour staffers here. They're running around taking pictures, and yeah, just sit back, relax, and enjoy for a little bit. She's a little warm. Okay, she's a lot warm. All right, we got going back in. We're loaded back up, and hopefully it's downhill from here. Made it down the mountain. It's a nice gentle slope down the mountain, but a major slope up the mountain for some reason. So we just stopped at this Hardee's to get us a little something to eat, and continue on the way. Welcome, Tennessee. Well, we made it this far. So yeah, we're out here on the edge of Tennessee now, and pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Maybe not in the middle of nowhere, but slightly off to one side of nowhere. But it's nice. I mean, we have mountain views and nice little towns, and there are a lot of older vehicles. I noticed. I saw old Volkswagen, old Beetle, old C10 truck. There's a Beetle there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a Beetle sitting back there. Just cars everywhere. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for an old car, there's old, well, shit, I missed it. There's a Datsun pickup truck with no rust on it. And yeah, if you're looking for cars, you probably have to come out here and drive around, because this just does not seem like the type of community that is big into Wi-Fi and internet service. So yeah, there's is that an Angula? I can't tell. Two Camaros, but I think those are Power Tour guys. But yeah, I mean, there's cars everywhere. There's a bus. Yeah, well, you can use the drivetrain out of that for something. But they're just sitting here, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch in the woods that I'm not even seeing. I mean, we're coming up on a whole bunch of stuff. There was a few square bodies in there. I think that was a shop, so they always have stuff laying around. Good stuff. Well, looks like we found everyone. scary thing about being on Power Tour is gas stations along the route turn into car shows and meet and greets. Good times. Here comes the old Caterpillar tractor thing down the road, and he's doing about 70 miles an hour. And that's what makes Hot Rod Power Tour so much fun. All the crazy things that people bring out, you know, the airplane, the truck deal, all these goofy builds. It's always a good time. Cool kids rolling in. Well, we made it in here, and yeah, this place is pretty big. Look at the banks. These banks, that is banked way more than where'd we go? In North Carolina, or was that South Carolina? I don't know. This is day 5 and I'm tired, but yeah, that is really banked. I mean, that might as well be sideways. I'm pretty sure we can drive our truck on that without it sliding right off. Well, we got here a little bit later than normal, and they are already doing the wrap up, really. They're auctioning things off and giving away the long hauler plaques, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, we made it. There's a couple different ways that people like to do Hot Rod Power Tour. You can either forget the scheduled route and just hit the highways or the bigger state roads and get there faster. So you can, the gates usually open up about 12, but when there's our super crowd, they open up around 10. Well, a lot of people get there 9, 10 o'clock and hoping that the gates open early, and then they hang out, they barbecue, and they have a good time. Way number 2 is that you stick to the route, you get stuck in all the traffic, but you get to see all of the people. Everybody's out there to greet you, to wave at you. A lot of people buy the little Hot Wheels cars and throw them out the window to the kids. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of people. Plus, you get to see America. You get to see all the small towns, all the small roads, all the out-of-the-way places. The only drawback, like I said, is the traffic. There's always a traffic jam, but just make sure your car does good in stop and go traffic, and you'll be just fine. So no big deal. So those are your choices. I mean, I guess there's a third option. You can start out on the route or start out on the highway and then switch back and forth. So that's kind of what we did today, accidentally. We lost the route and then we picked it back up again, and I think we lost it again, but we made it here, and that's all that matters. So yeah, get your junk out and get it here. We'll walk around a little bit, see what else there is to see.
Yeah, man, there's Jeff, I got all the boxes. Always do so first, so you can get to that one. All right, you can
Well, I'm feeling pretty good, so I think we're gonna go ahead and try it. We're gonna go right up the apex. See if we can walk up this thing. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's so, uh-oh. This is definitely way steeper. Yup. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break. This is way steep. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, made it. Woo! So the way they have the setup here is all the vendor and hot rod, power tour stuff is inside the arena. You have to park outside the arena. There's parking on that side, there's parking on that side, but everything is outside, and I don't know, it seems a little walled off and not as accessible. I mean, I don't know where my friends are that I've been hanging out with all week. I wanted to say bye to them. Yeah, so if I don't see you, Dave and Dave, we'll see you next year on Hot Rod Power Tour. But I want to check around a little bit on the outside, see what there is to see out there, and then we're gonna have to head out. It's about 9 hours back to Indy, and I want to get started early. Well, this is late. I want to get started as early as late as possible.
Yeah, we're not in a hurry or anything. They're all sucking in, every one of them.
Now this one I really like. I had one of these when I was like 16, 17 years old. It's like a 72, 73, Olds 98 ambulance. That's pretty cool. I wish that one was for sale. We would definitely buy one. And maybe we ought to look for another one. I think I might know where there's one at. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. I think we need that. Well, everybody is making a beeline out the door. So we're gonna load up, take a trip around the parking lot, because this place is probably the biggest of them all. And we need to drive around in order to see any cars. Everybody is trying to get out the same entrance they came in, but unbeknownst to them, there's another exit on the other side of this stadium. So I don't think we're going to get into all that right now, but we're going to drive around the whole building and come out the other side. This is all the other side, much just as big as the last. Everybody's running out on this side too. Well, that's going to wrap it up. This is the last final stop. We'll start here again in 2024. So that's going to wrap it up for this year's Hot Rod Power Tour and this episode of Street Rag Garage. Until next time.